Hey guys, LOTR Magic here, and finally tore myself away from a very important project to make this video. You know this one was coming. So, on Daily MTG, they posted an article, a very confusing article actually, that's entitled Magic's Voyages to Universes Beyond, which really should have just been titled Magic Tries to Justify Cheap, Stupid Pop Culture Tie-In Cash Grabs. If you're a fan of whatever they're doing, then, good for you, whatever. I think it's stupid, gimmicky, cheesy, degrades the brand, and yeah. As if anything else they did in the last 3 years didn't damage their brand and damage the game. So there's not much more damage to be done, but anyway. They say, earlier today we revealed an exciting expansion of Magic the Gathering into the realms of universes beyond. Let me stop you right there. What the hell are you talking about? Because I looked at every single one of the last articles on Daily MTG, and so once again, you're referencing something on Daily MTG, the hub for all public announcements and information, but you're referencing something that clearly took place off of Daily MTG. Well, I'm not going to follow you assholes on Twitter, and I'm not going to go to one of your stupid little ass-kisser shill fake journalist news sites, and I use that term loosely, because they're really just advertising branches for far-left digital companies and games and everything else, so I bet it was one of those two places. I'm not going to go search around the whole damn internet for whatever the they're talking about, though. Who knows? Maybe it was a Twitch stream. I don't know. I don't watch those either, and according to their stats, neither does anybody else. So they do reveal that this Universes Beyond, which is apparently the new brand name, is a series that combines the gameplay of Magic the Gathering with worlds, characters, and stories that are cherished by millions of fans around the world. So they mean like outside the Magic multiverse. They don't want to actually say it. They're trying to ease you into it while also referencing something that nobody knows where to look for it. Great article here so far. So among those worlds are the expansive universes of Warhammer 40k and Lord of the Rings, the two that people constantly joke about and meme about. Hey, wouldn't it be funny if they did a Lord of the Rings or Warhammer 40k Magic the Gathering set? And then people saw like the Transformers and the Dungeons and Dragons, which actually makes sense, and then the My Little Pony tie-ins, and they're like, you know what, apparently they're willing to do literally anything for money at this point, so nothing surprises me. So it went from joke, like ha ha ha, they would never actually do this because that would be so cheap and greedy and stupid, to, oh look, they're doing that thing. I haven't seen one single positive reaction to this on the entire internet, so it seems like a lot of people share this opinion. And remember, The Walking Dead was the most hated secret lair ever. So this expansion of the Magic game system to other universes is exciting and new. It is neither exciting nor new. And certainly raises questions for many of our long-standing fans. No, complaints, not questions. I guess, why did you do this? Why would you possibly do this? Those are technically in the form of a question. So today we're going to answer many of those questions as we look towards the Universes Beyond release in 2022 and further. Oh, so it's an actual product release in 2022. Then why are you telling us about it now? Why don't you announce Kamigawa and Neon... I always say Genesis. That's an anime. Neon Dynasty, if you even kept it named that. That's one of the sets in 2022, by the way. Leaks. So Universes Beyond will act as a brand within Magic the Gathering, existing in addition to and alongside our existing line of products. So in other words, we're not slowing down on the number of products. We're actually adding yet another one that you quote, have to buy. I kind of hate when people use that term because you absolutely do not have to buy these in any way. So Universes Beyond came about thanks to a simple thought. Oh god, yeah, we could make more money. There. Now let's see what they say it is. If we can expand our story beyond the game system to things like comics, novels, and other games, then surely we can expand the game system and let players explore worlds outside the worlds of Magic. Isn't that what you just said? Yes. Comics, novels, and other games are, quote, worlds outside the worlds of Magic. So they're saying if we can do that, then we can do that thing that we just did. What kind of illiterate orangutan proofread this for them? Then they go on to say, we are all fans of these other universes. That is factually false. That's not even by a stretch of any imagination true. You're maybe going to hit 5-10% crossover with some of these things. My Little Pony, they're one of the most hated fan bases in the world, period, let alone there not being many Magic the Gathering MLP fans because they're all freaky perverts. Okay, some MLP people are just a little bit in the head, and that's why they like a show for little girls about ponies. Really, the furries are like perv central? but a lot of furries are MLP fans. You know, there's your crossover. There's your cross promotion. I mean, if you want to really focus in on the mentally deranged and disturbed portion of society, you got to do an MLP and furry crossover. And then probably also something with like feet and trains, because those people are a little f***ed in the head too. Yeah, I ain't pulling any punches this video. I'm not in a very good mood today. I was up till 5 a.m. trying to fix something, and I woke up still pissed off that I haven't fixed it yet. So you know what? The gloves are coming off, and I'm calling them like I see them today. If you're offended, f*** you, get the f*** off my channel. I don't give a shit. Go back to your little pervy boards where you post lewds of ponies, you freaks. What the hell is this video about? Oh yeah, they say, we're all fans of these other universes. No, I couldn't give less of a shit about Warhammer 40k. No offense to the fans. I talked with somebody who knows the universe and knows the lore really well, and I said, so who's the good faction? And they said, none of them, they're all assholes. And that my interest just went to zero, and it's never coming back. If I can't play as the good guys crushing evil, and they're all corrupt douchebags, and that's who you're controlling, and you have no other choice, nah, not for me. I don't know if you noticed on my channel, but I really go after cheaters, the worst possible, most offensive, rude, awful, just degenerate pieces of human garbage in our community. In high school, I used to hunt pedophiles for fun and get them arrested in sting operations. That was my hobby. And the lengths I have gone to, like just from somebody who stole something from my shop to absolutely ruin his life. I'm like if you took like a D&D paladin, like the whole archetype, and just made that into a human being in real life, okay? I hate evil. I'm gonna blow up evil in every game I play. I don't like bad people. I don't like bad things. I don't like bad governments. I don't like bad anyone. So with Warhammer 40k, with them all being degenerate assholes who are power-hungry douchebags, no thanks. So their assertion that we are all fans of these other universes, kiss my ass. I'm not even that big of a fan of Lord of the Rings, to be honest. I watched the movies, they're cool. I haven't even played any of the games. I don't give a shit about the lore. I mean, I'm not saying I didn't stay up till like 4 a.m. working on a project, then took a whole bunch of sleeping pills, and then read the Lord of the Rings wiki for like 40 minutes, added Xena the Warrior Princess to my Hulu queue, and then fell asleep in my chair and woke up like, what the f just happened? By the way, this video is sponsored by canceling Netflix and Hulu. Those liberal perverts. Those pedophiles. Them trying to brainwash kids. Everybody who works there, they need to go bankrupt. Stop giving them money. So anyway, many of us imagine what it might be like to play a game of Magic with Gandalf the Grey. So they went from all of us to many. So I think they're going to drop it to some, and then they're going to, like at the very last paragraph, say, the tiny portion of you who are interested in this. They do tend to say something outrageous and then walk it back later in the article. Kind of like Tim Pool and Thunderfoot. I'm throwing everybody under the bus this video. Deal with it. So whatever, blah, blah, blah. You wanted to play a game with Gandalf the Grey. Well, then go play a Lord of the Rings game. It's better than Magic. My God. Sketched out how we might translate the One Ring to Magic, or wanted to build a deck around the mighty Space Marines. No thanks. In many ways, Universes Beyond is us living out those dreams of our own. Yeah, it's stupid, like, mixed it together. Immature 10-year-old saying, would it be cool if we, like, took the Ninja Turtles and, like, the Power Rangers and they, like, did this thing together and, like, did a movie? Oh, that'd be, like, so cool. That'd be, like, the coolest thing ever. Or obnoxious comic book fans where they're like, whoa, they did a crossover with these people? That's so wild and unexpected. They're the same people who are like, well, this person, this superhero, they can control the entire universe. They're the most powerful ever. Okay, well, cheap, stupid power creep is what ruined Dragon Ball, so, once you use the spirit bomb using every single living thing in the entire universe, there's nowhere to go from there. And then you ruined your whole series. Don't cater to the immature, stupid fans who just want, like, big explodey bits and dumb shit and just nonstop, look at this is even better, and idiotic, needless, unnecessary crossovers. Because that's who's gonna buy this, let's be honest. The hardcore Lord of the Rings fans are gonna be like, yeah, but that's a Magic product, I don't play Magic, why would I buy that? And then the Magic people are gonna be like, yeah, but that's not really a Magic product, it's like a Lord of the Rings product, so why would I want Lord of the Rings characters in the middle of my commander deck? Like, I guess if you really don't take the lore seriously, but then if you don't generally take lore seriously, why would you want something from Lord of the Rings? And it's like, that's a bad example because Lord of the Rings and like D&D and Magic, all very similar. Now let's say they went with The Matrix and you could play Neo as a planeswalker. A little bit immersion breaking if we're all fighting with, you know, goblins and elves and trolls and all that and angels and clerics, and then all of a sudden somebody whips out Neo. And he uses Matrix powers to kill my goblin. That's just stupid. Moving on with this stupid article, but we also hope that Universes Beyond will bring the game we love to more people who might not have otherwise found us. We hope fans of these worlds and characters will find our game through Universes Beyond. So yeah, it's a marketing thing. It's like when they made the board game. They made 2 board games. One was an actual board game, and one resembled a board game but was just like 4 starter decks. The second one would have been the Ixalan one. I looked at the design of it. I'm like, that looks amazing. Like, that's right up there with Plane Chase. It looks like a really fun, interesting, cool, good way to kind of mod the game a little bit and run like a different format. It was an excellent product. As far as I heard, everybody loved it, but it didn't do a damn thing to get anybody into Magic. So then they made an actual board game to like make people think, oh, big name thing, and it's a board game, and we like board games. Cool, let's buy it. Hey, maybe I should get interested in Magic. It was a bit of a stretch, but you know, whatever. I mean, they've been aggressively advertising Arena because the tutorial is exceptionally good. I've got to say, immediately after that, the free play queue is going to drive people away real quick. So what they should do is just, well, we already know that matchmaking is rigged. They admitted it. They have something called like the deck power level assistance algorithm pairing thing or whatever. Once again, the devs accidentally leaked that, I assume is what happened. They said it on the forums, and I guess they weren't supposed to say it, would have been my guess. But yeah, you could be in like brand new to the game bronze and go into the bronze level, you know, free play and just get obliterated by like a turn 2 Tybalt and just be like, what is this trash? And then never touch the game again. They probably need to do something about that. Like, you know, clean up the game and fix it and lower the power of the main format that people are introduced to first. But why do that when you could just be like shoving Lord of the Rings products in front of Lord of the Rings fans' faces saying, oh, maybe if they buy this, then they'll somehow come play the game. Well, no. Oh, I guess I own 5 Magic the Gathering cards with Lord of the Rings characters on them. I guess I'm forced to play the game with all the other cards that aren't about Lord of the Rings because suddenly I'm interested in a game that I have no interest in. It's like, no. This is just going to be a complete and utter miserable failure. But I know that people who are like, whoa, I love Lord of the Rings and now we finally got a Magic thing. I'm going to buy it. That's so cool. Like, I get it. You like both things and you want it. Like, there's, you know, nothing really wrong with that. I'm just saying that's a really small percentage of people. Now think about when they do a secret lair that's like a throwback to some old cards, they're Commander staples, they bring out like a famous artist that everybody's a big fan of, and people are like, I love the artist, I love that set, I love this, and the custom frame, and the borderless, and the art, and the extended, and oh my god, I love everything about this, because I'm into Magic history, and I'm into Eternal formats, and what you are giving me is a secret lair with really cool art, and it's an Eternal staple, and like, this is for me, like, you designed this product for a Magic fan, so that's got to sell 10 times better than just some stupid gimmicky tie-in. And people do tend to see crossover events and crossover products as cheap, stupid marketing stunts. That is generally how things like this are received. And from what I heard right now, this is no different in this case. So anyway, it says, we know you're curious about Universes Beyond. No, I'm not. I'm curious what the hell you're referencing at the beginning of this article. I guess, does that count? We can't answer everything you may be asking. What else is new? But we are thrilled to set the table on a number of topics today. Okay. First, oh god, it keeps going. Oh, I thought this was the end. Damn it. Okay, first, Universes Beyond will be branded slightly differently. We'll have a specific look as a result. Yeah, make it look as little like Magic cards as possible. That'll get people to play Magic. Oh, no, you don't want consistency. Why would you want that? These are still Magic cards through and through, but the frame will be distinct and the cards will have a holofoil stamp that denotes them as being from Universes Beyond. And it's like, I don't remember what the current foil stamp looks like, but I thought that's what it was, so... Okay, so go look at it if you're real interested. It's just the Planeswalker symbol with your normal rainbow, you know, reflective aluminum mylar, whatever the hell it is behind it. So, I don't know. Doesn't the other one say, like, MTG or WOTC or something? I feel like I should know this. I just never look close enough to care. I don't know. Maybe it's, like, upside down or something. I don't know. So, if that stamp looks familiar... I can't believe they just said that. Yes, it does. It's because it's already existing on Secret Lair X The Walking Dead. Is that really what they called it? Anyway, which will be grandfathered into Universes Beyond. So wait, so they knew enough to give it a different foil stamp, but they didn't have the name down yet? That seems odd. Anyway, on that note, Universes Beyond products will be generally will generally be sold in all Magic channels. These will not be strictly Secret Lair products, which that's good. At least, then stores can, sell them and make money and stay in business. The Warhammer 40k Commander decks, what? That's news to me. I gotta find this damn announcement. Sure as hell isn't under, news or Daily MTG. For example, will be available everywhere we currently sell Commander decks, and will, as will the Lord of the Rings product. So whatever that is, not Commander apparently. We will occasionally do associated Secret Lair products related to the main release, like the Secret Lair Godzilla lands when Ikoria Lair of the Behemoths came out. There will also be occasional standalone products like The Walking Dead, but the intention is to typically make Universes Beyond as available as any other Magic product. That's smart. None of this, you have to order it in 48 hours, you're going to lose access to it forever, we're never reprinting it. That's just stupid, gimmicky FOMO bullshit, alright? So that said, Universes Beyond cards will not be standard legal. Really? I bet they won't even all be reprints, by the way. But if they're going to make them all Eternal legal, like Commander legal, oh boy, that would be a disaster. Unless they're functional reprints of other cards. So we strive to make Magic cards that are widely useful, but Universes Beyond will be above and well beyond. Yeah, funny pun. Our normal standard releases. So nothing much is changing with our normal cadence of releases for standard. Yeah, God forbid they pump the brakes on that and take more time to make standard products not shit. And balance them a little bit and playtest them. This is purely a cool thing we're doing. Well, that's a matter of opinion. In addition to all the other cool things we're already doing, like rooting standard and rooting other formats and making you spend more money. To that end, it's worth noting that the upcoming Magic set Adventures in the Forgotten Realms is not part of the Universes Beyond. For now, we're reserving the Universes Beyond branding for worlds outside those built by Wizards of the Coast. I mean, yeah, okay, I kind of get that. If that's where you want to draw the line, it at least has some logic to it. As to whether the Forgotten Realms are now canonically part of Magic's multiverse, for now the answer is no. So that, like, they undercut their decision to be like, yeah, but it's not actually part of Magic. But it's not part of Universes Beyond. It's a third thing. Why can't we do both? Because that doesn't make any sense. That's why. Consistency. I like categories. I like everything to have a place. No standouts, okay? Everything needs to be organized. I like patterns. Anyway, but we may change our minds in the future. Oh my god, what else is new? If it makes sense and is a fun net positive for Magic and D&D. I can't imagine how what you name it and what you consider it to be would have any effect in positive or negative or neutral. Anyway, finally, fans who have seen us try out a variety of treatments for cards featuring characters from other universes might wonder if we're utilizing the treatment from the Ikoria Godzilla cards, existing Magic cards skinned with the alternate universe, or the treatment used for the Walking Dead alternate universe cards. I don't know what treatment they're talking about. Didn't they look kind of normal? I mean, they probably did like a showcase frame. I didn't really pay much attention. They've done some weird-ass looking Secret Lairs, I'm just saying. So Godzilla cards, though, I don't remember what those look like. I don't know. Never held them in my hand. Whatever. So the answer is both. Good, because I don't remember what the hell you're talking about. But often we'll default to letting these cards stand on their own. You've completely lost me at this point. Are they going to be borderless? Are they going to have a special frame? Are they going to have a cost? Are they going to have the attack and toughness, or power and toughness, my god, in the bottom right? Like, what are you even talking about? Can you give an example? No? Okay, thanks. I'm confused. I'm going to skip this whole paragraph. So Universes Beyond represents an exciting new and, yes, different take on Magic. We're ecstatic to geek out over some of our favorite stories, characters, and fandoms alongside all of you. Once again, we're back to all of you. No, some of you. A tiny portion of you. And we look forward to sharing more on Universes Beyond as we get closer. I'm sure you are, because you're losing money on standard and need to make it up elsewhere. Let's just cut the shit. That's what you're doing. Jeez, that was like a 5-minute rant with no cuts. I'm on it today. So let me know what universe you're most excited to cross over with on Magic down in the comments. Just kidding, don't. This is stupid, it's greedy, it's honestly just a distraction and a waste of time for any staff hours that get put into this bullshit. It's not going to make them anywhere near the amount of money that they think, because you'd have to be a fan of 2 different things to buy it instead of just one thing. If you're just a fan of Magic and they make a cool Magic thing, you buy it. But now you have to like that other thing too, and quite a lot. So what they're probably going to do is make the cards hyper powerful and then legal in Commander so that you, quote, have to buy them. Because, you know, Neo from the Matrix is the most powerful 3-cost black planeswalker, so you'd have to be out of your mind to not play him. So now you effectively need him to remain competitive. And if they're all reprints, it's like, well, then you're just doing a master set with funny art on it that people may or may not want, but whatever. That's going to be worth 5% more than the normal version of the card. I mean, it's still a playable card. So no matter what direction they go with this, it's going to be bad. It's going to be pretty bad for the game and the community. The only good to come out of this is, well, thank God poor Walmart can finally make some money. Oh, wait, that's right. They're killing everyone and making record sales lately. I wonder if their lobbyists were behind that. I wonder if the politicians are all doing that on purpose knowingly. But, yeah, your local gaming store can also pick up these products. So I don't think they'll be very popular, but I mean, if they're really hot, like if you hit like a crossover with a thing that's a very like collector heavy, let's attack it, let's buy this new thing. Like, well, I mean, this is not really an example, but like, you know, the shoes, the Jace shoes. Well, really limited quantity shoe drops where you get like a serialized box and all that stuff. That's a whole world where people jump on that stuff, you know, real quick because they want to scalp it. They want to collect it. They want to hold it until it's worth money. I mean, look at like certain, you know, Air Jordans and stuff, what they're worth these days. So yeah, sneaker people, you do a crossover with them, they're going to grab it up and be like, yes, this is a cool thing. This is unique. It's the first time they've ever done it. It's effectively first edition. I'm going to buy it. So if a product gets that hot, if they were to cross over a Magic product with something that's like, I can't imagine what it would be, but it's like you want to grab it right away because of who you implemented with the crossover. The stores could say, hey, this, whether it's a WPN allocation or not, it's not literally an F&M prize pool item, okay? We can sell this online for triple and just tell every customer who walks in, sorry, they're already spoken for. Or screw eBay, just scalp the damn product in store. I mean, you could have people who are like, oh, I heard this is coming out, you might sell it. Never stepped foot in a gaming store before, but they're like, I want to buy this. And they're like, okay, well, MSRPs aren't a thing anymore, which you gotta wonder why they planned that. It's like they knew this was coming, duh. Yeah, I mean, I can give it to you for 100 a deck, 100 a collection, 100 a card. And the person's like, okay, sure, it'll be worth 200 on the scalper market, cool. And then the person running the store paid, distributor price on it, which is like $20 maybe. That's a good margin. I mean, you want to start shipping real hot, collectible, scalpable items to stores so that they can start raking in mountains of cash. So that's a huge positive to this. I think that overrides anything negative about this. It's like, it's greedy, it's a cash grab, it's this, it's that. Well, as long as they're reprints and they're not brand new cards and they're not legal in any format. In other words, if the average Magic enthusiast isn't forced to buy them to play the game, anything other than that, I'm just like, oh, well, it's not for me. It's a dumb gimmicky product. Like, it doesn't affect me. I don't care. Well, then do it. I'll just not buy it. Who cares? Like, I can dump on them for doing it because I think it's stupid, cheap, gimmicky, and greedy. But like at the end of the day, it doesn't affect the game and it doesn't affect me. And if you're like me and don't care, then don't buy it. It doesn't affect my life in any way. So that's why I'm saying, the whole, hey, finally stores might be able to make some money on this if this is a hot product. It's about damn time, because remember, they pulled from the vault a long time ago, and some stores would just be like, okay, we'll sell it at MSRP, which is what, like 25, 30, 39 bucks. I don't remember what it was, 35 maybe. But we know 100 people are interested and we only have 10. We're just going to do a random drawing at F&M for the opportunity to buy it at cost. And then if you want, you can keep it and you got it for a good price because you're a collector, or you can flip it on eBay. We don't care. I know a store that did that, believe it or not. My old LGS from Hell did that. They did it pretty fair. They made so much money. Otherwise, they're like, we're not going to sit there and scalp this. It's not worth the bad PR, which they had a lot of anyway. But hey, I've heard of other stores where From the Vault comes out. It's, 120 on eBay, and they'll sell it in store for 70. And people come in and be like, but that's like double MSRP. And they're like, yeah, but it's, half of online price almost. They said, we want to be right in the middle. We're not going to rip ourselves off. We're not obligated to sell this for its MSRP. There's no requirement that we do that from Wizards or otherwise from like state law. So this is the cheapest you can get it right here. take it or leave it. And if people want to whine and complain that it's too expensive, I don't think that's completely unreasonable or reasonable. So I'll just continue to pretend this doesn't exist while poking fun at it, while hopefully local game stores rake in piles of cash on this. But I have a feeling that most of these will be flops. Just think, what is like your number one fandom right now? Like maybe you're into, I don't know, the Elder Scrolls lore in the games and all that. Maybe you would absolutely freak over like an Age of Empires set because that's one of the best RTSs ever made. StarCraft, I mean, even a Warcraft set, which it had its own card game. They aren't going to do that. Maybe you're a huge fan of The Matrix and you're very excited that The Matrix 4 is coming out eventually, maybe sometime. They already blew up part of like San Francisco or something. Seriously, they were shooting there and they damaged all the streetlights. I don't know if you guys heard that. For me, I mean, probably what's my favorite franchise of all time to play? Like as far as story and lore, I probably would say Fallout. So if they made a Fallout product, like a bunch of the characters from Fallout and like some equipment and guns from Fallout or whatever, and they made it as Magic cards, and I had never played Magic before in my life or bought a product ever, would I go out and buy it? No, I'd be like, well, that's for Magic players. Like, yeah, cool, Fallout thing. There's all kinds of Fallout things. I could buy a Fallout hoodie. Like, I could probably buy a Fallout pop vinyl or plushie somewhere. Why would I, as Fallout's #1 fan, buy a Magic the Gathering product? I don't play Magic the Gathering. Now, the inverse, it's like, okay, I'm a Magic player. I buy some of the things they come out with. Oh, but I also like Fallout. Okay, I'm going to buy this. That's just two cool things together. I'm going to buy it. Okay, cool, but what's the crossover percentage? Now, compare that, like I said earlier, to, okay, new Secret Lair. It's from Magic's history. It's from, I don't know, the most beloved plane by the fans, and it's got some of those beloved characters from, you know, novels and books that people read in the past, and other people are like, whoa, I'm super into this. What are the odds that you would sell that better than some stupid third-party tie-in? That's why, in my opinion, I don't think these will sell very well. So, and that's about all I got to say about this. It's interesting. It's stupid, but interesting. I think a lot of people are valid when they say that it cheapens the brand. It kind of cheapens the lore, and like I said, most crossovers are seen as stupid marketing stunt gimmicks. I mean, even in like the 1960s and 70s with cartoons. Hell, in the 1990s, they had a Xena the Warrior Princess Hercules crossover. There was a Magnum P.I. Murder, She Wrote crossover, and people are just like, cringe. Oh yeah, cross-promotion. You want me to go watch Magnum P.I. now because you shoved him in front of my face in a Murder, She Wrote episode, which, by the way, those 2 episodes sucked. Well, okay, the first episode was kind of good. The second part was like, who wrote this? What the hell? So, I mean, just, even these days, oh, a CSI Miami and CSI New York crossover. Wow. I'm not going to go watch the other show. Okay, I'm not interested. Stop shoving this in my face with your stupid cheap marketing gimmick. I mean, people are so over it. It's been like 80 years of this bullshit. So yeah, it does cheapen the brand. It is pretty transparent. It is cheesy, dumb, stupid, and gimmicky. It really is. But don't let me discount it for you if you think Lord of the Rings or Warhammer 40k are cool and you're like, this is the coolest thing I've ever seen and I'm going to buy it. I mean, you do you. Everybody's got their stuff they're into, and to be perfectly honest, I think if they did do a Fallout tie-in, I'd probably buy it. If you're going to tell me it's a cheesy, dumb gimmick, yes, I get it. There's no Wild West post-apocalyptic, like, futurist, whatever the hell they call it, like, any of that crap in Magic, but I don't care. It's Fallout on cards. Too bad. I'm buying it. So, yeah, I'm sitting right on the fence, spitting on both sides, as usual. So, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next video.